Hey everybody, hello on TikTok. So today is going to be a little bit different. It's me, Wesley, instead of my sister Dana. Um, she usually does all of the actual video stuff. I do a lot of the back end vibe coding. So instead of working on our normal short form videos, I'm actually going to be working on a mobile app that I've been trying to navigate. It's a language app, which is an accelerated language learning app. So this is all brand new for me, and I have been trying to learn mobile app development, and it is definitely challenging. I've done a web app before, and that was successful to make, but mobile app definitely harder. So anyways, just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what I am working on. So let me go to what I've been doing. Let's go here and show you what I've been working on. So basically I am using Expo for my mobile app. Instead of doing everything native iOS or native Androids, I am doing it with Expo. The reason I like Expo is because I can actually deploy to both, and for me, it's trying to get a minimum viable product and an MVP together. So I've kind of been working on this. It's been pretty fun to do. This is going to be a little challenging because I'm actually using my phone to do the TikTok, and unfortunately, I can't use my phone to also run the Expo, because normally I use the phone to run the Expo, and well, not going to be able to because I'm using it for TikTok Live. But anyways, this is what we're working with, and for everybody here, I will show you real quick. Let's see here. How do we flip this around? Flip camera. Got it. So this is the web app that we're using, or that we're creating, and it's definitely fun. I'm using VS Code as my IDE, and I use GitHub for being able to chat with an LLM and vibe code this. I tell you, it is definitely challenging, and if anybody's done vibe coding, doing a mobile app is pretty hard. So anyways, it's fun. I'm learning a lot. This is kind of more of just a experimentation for me because I've never built a mobile app. So this is all very uncharted territory, but I am having a good time with it, and you guys will get to see my progress. So let me get back to me over here. And for anybody who's just joined, my sister is on her honeymoon. So it's me doing the vibe coding and still trying to figure out how to use all this camera stuff. So anyways, it's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to keep it short. It's been a few weeks since I've actually looked at my code. So I am going to be just really kind of getting a handle on everything, figured out where things were when I last worked on it. And I'll do my best to try and just kind of keep you guys in flow with me. So for anybody who's just joined on TikTok, I am using VS Code and GitHub for my LLM with my VS Code as the IDE. And we are building an accelerated language learning app. So let's see here. And if I am quiet for a lot of it, that's okay. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to explain at the moment, but maybe for today I'll just explain what I'm doing, and then once I kind of figure out where I've left off, then you guys can have a better understanding of what's happening. So I started out actually using Mobi for creating or getting inspiration for the design, and I knew I wanted to make a language app, more so because me and my girlfriend are actually going to be going on a trip to Japan, and I don't want to be completely out of place. I don't really care about being completely fluent. I just want to be able to actually have a conversation with some of the people that I meet when I order food and stuff like that. So this is where the language app actually comes into play. Is I'm not trying to build something that is for complete fluency. A lot of language apps are for mastering a specific language. Mine's more about just getting around. When you go to a country, you go to a new place, you just really want to understand the basics of how to get around. Like, how do I order food? How do I get a train ticket somewhere? Or, where's the restroom? Those kind of things. Real super simple. Or like bartering, when you're trying to buy fun stuff. And a lot of the language apps that I've used, like Duolingo, for instance, they're great. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's a disconnect, and it doesn't really show me how to just jump into a location in a country and say, hey, how do I go about life for the next 2 weeks? And this is one of those things where I'm building this app because I want to be able to use it myself. So this is kind of where the journey has been. I'm vibe coding everything, and it is getting very, very in depth. And I think I'm at this point where I actually might have to kind of go back a few steps, because I tried to add in voice and being able to I'm using like, an LLM as a backend to be able to work with it. And the voice kind of messed things up. So I'm at a point where things have broken and I need to really fix it, just to try and understand where it broke and all that good jazz. And it's been a few weeks that I've actually looked at this. So it's kind of been a minute. So I don't really know exactly where I'm at the moment. And this isn't my, day-to-day job by any means. This is a side project. So I'm definitely trying to get my feet back under me. So let's take a look here. And I know that a lot of people actually recommend doing a PRD for this. I did not do a PRD when I initially created this. I just kind of went for it, and I've tried other types of apps out there. There's like Lovable and things like that. Lovable doesn't really work well for mobile apps. Create Anything LLM was actually pretty cool, but it still didn't do it very well for me. I just kind of went with an Expo framework and then built upon that, and that was working pretty well. But I definitely derailed it a couple weeks ago. So I'm not just trying to figure out what exactly happened. I'm going back. Thank goodness VS Code is actually really nice with the GitHub plugin that I pay for. It actually keeps my chat. So I'm going to read through it and see where I left off, just to see what happened. Okay, server's not responding, port's not listening, yada, yada, yada. Testing didn't work. Yeah, definitely. I was having a hard time this past time trying to do this because nothing was working. It was working one day and then it stopped working. It's challenging. Welcome to the life of developing apps, right? So if anybody has developed mobile apps and specifically using Expo, and you got some cool tips, I'm all ears. Because I'll tell you, it is not easy. So let's see here. Well, I killed that node. Simp approach. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if it's actually gonna function at all. CD app, npx expo start, and see if it does anything. Now I'm going to pull it up on the web. What's cool about Expo is you can actually pull it up in, your Android, your iOS device, or just on the web. And I'm going to try and pull it up on the web. I don't think it's going to look so hot, just because it's one of those things where I don't think it's just not going to look that great, but we'll see. Let's see what pulls up. I've been building on mobile, and as of right now, okay, so we kind of have something. Not everything. It's still loading, so you guys can see. Let me show you here. My sister uses this DJI. There we go. So as you can tell, like this is using Expo on web. Normally I would check everything on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now for TikTok Live, and it doesn't look very well. So like this is supposed to be over here, and obviously it's supposed to be the size of a phone, but on Expo, because you can actually render it on mobile and web, it's not going to work the same. But for now, we can just see what happens, right? So we've got some elements that are here, whatnot. Everything's still loading, so it's okay. The AI coach. This is supposed to be very small on mobile, but as you can tell, like let's learn Spanish, right? So I have it kind of working, but at the same time, like, if I say, how do I say hello? How to say hello? Let's just say that, real simple. It's going to come back with something. Sorry, I encountered an error. Please try again. So this is where I ran into last time. It was working. I had everything functioning properly. And then when I tried to add in an actual voice module, it changed and it is now broken. So my task now is to try and understand what broke and why, and then see how I can fix that. And all of these things, like this is really cool stuff. It doesn't look the same on web as it does mobile, but yeah, this is very challenging. And then I've got these tabs down here that really are like not really what I want. I've got simulators coming soon, and then I've got these placeholders that don't do anything right now. So there's a lot to do on this, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of where I'm at. This is what I'm going to be working on for the next few weeks. This is my project for November. I'm actually going to get this thing done and launched by the end of November. There is a lot of work and a lot of code that I have to go through because we're not even functioning properly anymore. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick update. And as you can hear, the dog's downstairs. It's pretty late. It's not super late. Some people are real night owls. It's 8:45 here, but nonetheless, I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of what I'm going to be working on once I get don't mind the dogs in the background. Once I get a handle on where things are, I will definitely bring you guys in and show you actually some cool progress. But for now, I just wanted to give you a quick interface, quick update, and so you can actually understand what's happening. And here we go. I'm going to show you here. Back to YouTube. And once I have a better understanding where things are on this app, I will then be able to kind of loop you guys in and hopefully maybe show you some things that as I'm learning and you can learn as well. So anyways, thanks for joining today. Just wanted to keep this real short and say hello, and this will be a fun journey. All right. I will see you guys next time.